Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Jeremy from the Mr. Jeremy Show, and I'm here today with some very sad news. In fact, it's really sad news. A comedian, the comedy world, the comedy community, as it were, just lost what I think, in my opinion, is one of the most brilliant, most just intelligent-wise, just the best comedian that we ever had in our time. He was brilliant and just an awesome dude. George Carlin died today at age 71. And even though this is a sad passing, I just wanted to talk. I've got 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk a little bit about George Carlin and his life on stage, at least. I didn't know him, of course. I went to one of his performances, and unfortunately it was the last performance that I saw live. And he was really good, actually, and it made me laugh. And it made me think. His performances always made you think. That's the one thing about this guy, George Carlin, is he always made you think. And I actually have a video posted on YouTube about where I do a comedy act. And part of my act, in fact, a lot of my thoughts and a lot of my act is basically George Carlin's act, a lot of it. And it's because I did an homage, if you will, towards his kind of humor, his sense of humor. You could really understand it. You could really get it. And he has passed on. And he's with God now. Now, of course, George Carlin always used to refer to God in his act as the invisible man. He called him the invisible man. It's like, why do we worship this invisible man? You know, we pray to the invisible man. And part of that was probably somewhat the way he believed. And I would play a tape. I do have a lot of his tapes. And what I was going to do originally was to play a tape of his comedy act and let you listen to a little bit of it, those of you who are not familiar with George Carlin. But I think we all know who George Carlin was, what kind of man he was, and playing the tape right now at this point in time would absolutely not be necessary. So I thought we could just sit down and talk about him. He had political views. They weren't right-wing or left-wing or even middle-wing. They were just political views that he had. A lot of the things he was talking about I could relate to. And he didn't just bash Republicans, which he did do a lot of Republican bashing, but he bashed the Democrats as well. And a lot of that was because his views were, at the time, whoever's right is right, whoever's wrong, they're wrong. President Bush is a fucking idiot, and he said he's a fucking idiot. So, You know, he was just a great comedian, and he will be missed. And maybe on another video, I'll probably make another video after this as a tribute to the late George Carlin. And on this video, I just wanted you guys to give you the information and let you know what happened. Now, of course, I'm not sure how he passed away. The Associated Press doesn't truly know yet. It might have been just simple heart failure, but they said that he was in a hospital in California, and he was 71 years of age, so, you know, he wasn't a young man. He had lived a full life, and we all liked his work. He will be missed. He will be missed greatly. Just hang on a second. And his body of work really inspired me to do some of the things I do. And I know you've seen some of the things that I've talked about and stuff like that on here, and I still will. And it's just very sad to me that this guy's dead. It's way out there, you know, off the charts. It just goes to show not everybody lives forever. And you know, George Carlin, wherever you are, now you may or may not have seen the Invisible Man, but I hope you're with the Invisible Man, and wherever you are, you can come back and tell us. Your ghost can come back and tell us which religion was right, who was right, you know, who was wrong, whatever. Do one last performance for us. You know. Anyway, we love you. We're gonna miss you, George Carlin, wherever you are. Peace and goodbye. And in the words of George Carlin, the planet is going to be just fine. It's the people that are fucked. Please leave your comments and whatever else you want. Rest in peace, George Carlin, whatever there at the bottom. Please leave them respectful. If you want to pay your respects to George Carlin, this is the place to do it. And I'm sure there's going to be other videos out there, of course, paying their respects to George Carlin. And I'm out of here. Peace and God bless.